Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today's a little bit different. Rather than fitting something or putting something on the car, we're doing a little bit of testing. We're going to be looking at an ITG air filter. A lot of people run it on their car. I've had mine, I've had my air filter for a number of years. And the reason I decided to test is you see quite a bit of hate towards the ITG filter on the Facebook groups. A number of things get claimed about it, which we're going to test today. Now firstly I want to say I have got no bias towards the ITG. Makes no difference to me. I'd run any decent quality filter, not bothered. Reason I run an ITG is when I was looking for an air filter for another Fiesta I had a couple of years ago. It came up on eBay and I think I paid about £80 for it, which was a steal. So from that point of view, worked out great, and I think mine's one of the older ones. I also have never cleaned it, even though I bought it second hand. I never cleaned it at the time, and I still haven't cleaned it, and I probably should, because when I was doing this video it's looking a little bit gunked up. But yeah, anyway, we're going to look into what are the claims. So some people say that the ITG is in a terrible place and it doesn't get any airflow. Now, we're not going to look into how cold the airflow is. That's not the aim of my test. I'm going to keep it quite basic. We're going to look at airflow. Is there a flow of air getting to that air filter? And we're going to test that quite simply by using string tufts, little tufts of wool. If you put them in the direction of air, they'll flap. It's quite simple really, and you know if air's flowing. I have done lots of tests like this in the past on aerodynamic stuff, and it's quite interesting. Things don't always work out as you expect with aerodynamics, but normally you'd look at the flow direction. The flow direction means absolutely nothing in this instance. As long as they flap in, doesn't matter where they point, what they're doing, as long as they flap in, it means air is flowing, and that's all it needs. Fresh air to the intake. The other thing is the intake so close to the bumper that it gets sucked up against it? So we're going to look at that. Now I've already filmed it, so I'm going to be doing a voiceover, so I know the exact results already of what's going to happen. So let's get into what I've filmed already, and we will talk about it. Right, so if you don't already know, this is my Fiesta 2014 Fiesta st180. Quite a few videos on the channel of this. So this is my ITG air filter. I say it's a little bit old, it's a little bit gunky, and I think this might be one of the earlier models, but it does have the mesh inside to stop the air filter collapsing in on itself. But I think that backing plate is maybe an older design. So I've just taken these little clips so you can see that it isn't touching the bumper. Look, there is some gaps there. It's not right up tight, and that's the distance from under the headlight to the air filter. So that's matched up to a pumaspeed intake hose with the Rsport crossover. So that's what I've got on my car. Now we've got the tufts. You can see I have stuck them on. I say they're about 3 to 4 inches long, and they will show which way the air is flowing. I'm not sure at this moment in time when I put these on which ones are going to be in the view of the camera, and you can see the GoPros in the background there, and that was pretty difficult to try and find a place where I could actually fit a camera. It wasn't easy. It took quite a bit of testing until I could find somewhere to get the best view. So that's what I settled on, was sticking the GoPro right down in the back, but then it worked okay. So a bit of light, I just stuck a torch on there and it actually worked well. I think the water bottle diffused the light and sort of illuminated it quite well. My bottom little duct, I blocked that up because that's not fair. Other people's bumpers haven't got that hole, so that's blocked up, and there's also a camera and a light under there. So this is the start of the drive-in. Now as you can see, the tufts are already blowing. So what we're looking at here is to the left part of the screen is the gap between the bonnet, the bumper and the headlight. Now there is a lot of flapping. Some of the strings right behind the air filter are a little bit stagnant. I think some of them are trapped and pinched by the headlight as well, but that doesn't matter about them. If you look at the ones more to the right, they are flapping, they are flowing. The ones to the left are flowing very well, so definitely no shortage of airflow. And this is underneath now, so we're going to look at now, does the air filter suck towards the bumper. Now you can see there's plenty of gap. The centre part of the screen is a bit of an odd angle, right, but that's the top. What you're seeing in the centre of the screen, the smallest gap between the filter and the bumper is the top of the air filter. The strings to the bottom left, one of them is flapping, the two others have sort of become tangled up in themselves, so they swing around a little bit, but not an awful lot of activity on them too. But there's enough air, you can see there's airflow down the bottom. Like I say, I blocked off that bottom duct, so there's no cheating. It's going to be replicated like a normal ST bumper. Right, so that was a second gear pull. You could see the strings are flapping well, so the air is good. The air filter does shrink in a little bit. Watch again. So it does suck in on itself and expand. Like I say, I haven't cleaned this air filter ever since I've had it, so it could do with a clean out. So I'm not going to overly worry about that. You can tell me what you think in the comments, or whether you think the air filter is strangling or struggling to breathe. I did have concerns at first, but I think it just needs a good clean. I don't know what more to say about that really, but you let me know in the comments what you think. Right, so the other thing we're going to talk about is some draggy results that were sent to me by Connor, and I've had a brain fart and I forgot his bringing surname. Connor Harris. Connor Harris? Yeah. Thank you, Connor, for sending these. Now, what these are draggy times of the SD intake versus an ITG. So this first one that he have sent me, I'm not a draggy expert, but he did test both. So we've got a 60 to 100 of 5.32, and this is for the ITG, and then the other numbers there, 40 to 70 with a best of 297 verified. So looking at the next clip, he sent me this. This was his little data log. So he's got an intake temperature of 22 and an engine temp of 97. So that's on the ITG. Then with the SD intake, we've got a 60 to 100 of 5.30. So remembering the ITG was 5.32. That's as close as you're going to get, I think, to even. And then we have got his intake temp of 23 with an engine temp of 97. So that's the ITG versus the SD intake. Now it's worth noting that Connor's on, I'm pretty sure he's on the st180 turbo with TRS mapping. And it's worth mentioning as well that Connor, along with Jordan Hembry, are setting up their own company, and they're going to be supplying TRS mapping. So this is their Instagram page. Go ahead, give them a check out, because I appreciate them sending me that data. And also I'll put a website link in down below, so you can go and look at their website as well. So what do you think of that then? Now I'm not here to bash either filter or whatever. The whole purpose of this video was to just test. Like I said, is there enough air flowing around that filter? I will absolutely say yes, 100%. There is zero shortage of air getting into that filter. The other thing people talk about as well is they're getting wet. Mine has got wet. I don't really care about it. It doesn't make a blind bit of difference, to be honest. So, I mean, there's not enough water going to get on it to actually kill your engine. I don't think anyone's ever had that happen. So if water being on it is an issue to you, and that's something to think about. But the other thing, does the air filter suck up against the car? No, it doesn't. It's not even close. No problem with that whatsoever. There's a slight compression in the air filter, as I said. You can see how shrinking in. I've never analysed another air filter in action to see if they respond exactly the same, but what I have filmed is what you have seen, and you can base your own mind on that. But at least you can say, if anyone ever says the ITG is in a bad place, I personally disagree, and I would think you should disagree after watching that, but I mean, you formulate your own plan. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the video anyway. But that was just a quick test. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm going to leave it at that now. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.